지금 다운로드 받으세요.
Now, vertical is a pretty short rush distance. It's really not that far, especially with the third base that's way out there.
You can't even really take a third base almost because it's so close to your opponent. I guess you can take the pocket one, but hard to defend.
So, Rogue here, he needs a win. He really needs this win to put himself in any kind of spot going into the next half of this tournament. So, I mean, he's sitting at 1-3. He'll put himself at 2-3 going into this one. It's not a great spot, but it's better than 1-4.
Yeah. Well, if he loses again, it becomes that situation where it's like, okay, you might have to win every game from here.
Yeah,
and
to have a chance.
I mean, doing that, especially in the second half of the day, these guys are going to become fatigued. Yeah, they're used to playing StarCraft all day, but these games take a lot more out of you than latter games.
It's much easier to win in the first half of the day, that's for sure. But guys, let's jump into the game now on Invader.
I've had enough.
Here we are on Invader once again, and down in the bottom right in the red, one of our poor Zerg players that we've had to watch get beaten up over and over today. It's Rogue. He's at least taken one win. Down here in the bottom left, in the blue, it is Deer, doing quite well for himself.
Yeah, he's in very good shape, looking to advance quite quickly out of this group. Could be tying Bjorn, as you said. He can win this map. They are both sharing the bottom, which is what we've seen today so far on here as well. Now, here's the thing. If he tries something like a two-base, like an Adept play or something like that, it's so predictable. I think that's the biggest problem with it. But that's oftentimes what Protosses fall back on, because to try to play the macro game here, it gets very tough. It just like the way it's shaped, how far away your third is, where do you take that fourth base, it becomes quite tough, and any sort of a drop play or mutalist tech switches and stuff is going to hit you so fast. Yeah,
it's very true. I mean, the only thing is that if you try to go for an Adept play, it has to be like Warp Prism. You know, get four in the Warp Prism, go over there, warp in a bunch of stuff, because at the same time, the rush distance is really long to get all the way across. You know, go into your natural, all the way through the middle of the map, and eventually down to the third base of the Zerg. And let's see where he takes this. He was thinking about this left side, but I actually thought that the right side would be better.
Yeah, I would think that would be a slightly better third base here. He does go ahead, take that third base.
Uh-oh, Bjorn's talking to Stork.
It's like, hey, can I get on Samsung? Like, I can win Pro League games for you.
Stork's like, what? No.
It's like, we don't want to be in the finals that bad.
He doesn't actually answer. You can see he's just like, Oh, man. Bjorn, great player. He's proving himself tonight, putting himself at first place so far. And
yeah, he's. I mean, you can't ignore him forever. I got to say to these teams, yeah, he was on X team for a while there. Didn't work out for him, but like these other teams, man, he's really good. He's one of these top tier guys. Like, I don't think of him as a champion per se, but he's one of these guys that can kill a champion.
Yeah, for sure. He can get in there in Pro League and win you a bunch of games. Is generally pretty consistent when he comes out, you know. Is pretty good at winning, that's for sure. And, yeah, I think it would be a great boon, especially to someone like Samsung even. You know?
They could definitely use someone like him.
They're struggling. They need a replacement for Hurricane.
Oh, poor Hurricane.
Yeah. I mean, it sucks to say. He just really hasn't been showing up recently. So.
Yeah.
He was getting in there pretty consistently, and
he qualifies for everything.
Yeah.
And then dies.
He's going to be in the Pro League lineups probably because they're waiting for him to step up, and they don't really have anyone else. So,
yeah.
Young to Samsung.
Really, it's just like Reality and Deer holding that stuff together, man.
Yeah. It's kind of like
But Armani is on Samsung, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, he's there.
I tell you, I'd love to see him put out over Hurricane for sure. Like, 2 games he played last night were really great, man. Like,
yeah, give
fantastic.
him a shot.
So, wouldn't mind seeing it.
So the Overlord speed here is going to give him the scouting information that this Oracle is coming across.
He's taking a quick third as well. Luckily for him, I don't see any Zerglings on the map.
Yeah. I mean, Rogue is playing this as greedy as it gets. He's made 6 lings. I suppose he could have made only 4, but that might have been a little bit too greedy, and he can always try to poke at that third.
He is sending that group of 6 speedlings over. I'm sure there's something at the third base. Okay, yeah, a couple of depths, just right.
Yeah, you have to keep something over here. I mean, you could tell that even Bjorn went a couple of Hellions against Protoss when he faced off against Steer on this map, because you can always get a bit of harass damage over at that base just because of how far away it is.
You know, if he had made any more than 6 lings, like if he had made 12, he would have gotten a cancel on that Nexus. That's how funny this map is. It's like Deer kind of took a gamble there with that move.
Yeah.
By just taking the Nexus so quickly. But he's got the Oracle around now. He's able to get a lot of scouting done. We haven't really seen much damage from it yet.
And he hasn't transitioned into Phoenixes at all. He just... Well, he's
I think
made
he
one.
One, yeah,
he
just chase overlords.
But generally we see a bit more, like 5. You can add it in. You can harass a bit. You get some, you clear up all the overlords even a bit better. It gets you a bit more map control, but he decides to wait and get other techs first before making them. It looks like he's eventually making some Phoenixes.
You know, he's being greedy in a lot of ways as well. To make the Phoenixes so late here, to take that third base off of just 2 Adepts defending. He's taking some risks, but I think that it's like kind of smart that he's doing so, because if Rogue chose this map, he's probably not going to rush. He's just going to probably macro up and be like, okay, I'll just win because it's Invader.
Yeah, pretty much. And you have to take risks when you're in that kind of position. Oh, this is going to go down.
Oh.
You can't fly over 3 queens with an Oracle.
No, generally not.
Not going to work out. And lots of sentries being made here, too. He kind of needs them for the defense. He just doesn't want to...
I think he's just going to go attack.
...hide anything.
Like, I think he's ready.
Oh, you actually might be right. How many gateways has he made?
Well, he's adding some more now, but
yeah,
the Prism is about to be done.
Here's the big push with the gateways. He's only made 2, but here come 2 more, and yeah, you're exactly right. With the blink, he's going to go up to 8 gates and just do an 8-gate all-in, essentially, on 3 bases.
I can stand by this. I think this is a valid way for him to try to play this, especially considering, look at Rogue. He's on 4 bases right now. He's going Ling Bane. If you get good sentries, you can do it. Yeah, Rogue has been so greedy this game.
Yeah.
But if he stops the attack, like, that's it. That is so it, because he's got great creep spread. He's got 4 bases. He's got better upgrades.
That's why it's an all-in, It might not look like an all-in because it's like, oh, well, Deer's on 3 bases. He's got a follow-up,
Yeah.
But if this attack fails, he is so far behind that, like, oh, my God.
Well, that's bad. I'm trying to think of something that could be worse for him right now, and nothing's coming to mind. Like, that is so painful.
He has to recall the Mothership Core to come in here and overcharge and warp in some stuff. It's just, it's delaying his push. He's just having real trouble with this. And more links are coming. So I hope he's got it on hold position now.
Yeah, hold position key's pretty good. And when you don't, oh my God.
Not again.
You have to be kidding me here.
It's poking out, though. It doesn't really matter. It goes down, and he could run by.
Well, he's attacking right now, but he's not going to have enough. No way, no how. It looks like Rogue in good shape right now. A lot of force fields being used for not a lot of damage.
Still struggling to clean up the lings, and it looks like he's got a decent spot there, but as you said, this tack is not looking so good.
Yeah, he gave Rogue way too long. Like, he needed a hit at the same time the first Zergling run-by hit, but he had to clean that. So, like, you can't do everything, man. You have to choose something, and totally didn't work. The non-hold position there may have cost him this game. Not that he was going to win off this push, but he had a better chance than he does now.
Yeah. So, now he's on the run. He's stuck on 3 bases. Rogue has a 5th base up, and Hive started. He really couldn't be in much of a worse spot right now. And Rogue is actually picking off unit after unit, too. He's not holding back on this. He's not just letting his macro work. He wants to take some fights. He wants to take out some of these units.
All right, he blinks forward, but that is not something that's going to work out. I think that's just like the give-up blink. Just way too many units here for Rogue. So this is a big, important moment for Rogue to win this.
Yeah, he needed that win.
Yeah.
He's going to be at 2 and 3 as long as he closes this one out, which it looks like he will. And Deer, you know, he really wanted to win. Now he's at 3-2, and his spot is not so certain anymore.
No, it's really not. This is a pretty big loss for him, and Rogue starting to turn it around at least. Like, if he just wins from here on out, he goes up. For sure, right? Like, yeah, 7-3 would absolutely go up.
Yeah. I mean, even if he just did, like, okay from here and won more than he lost, he could even be tied with Deer. You know, he's in a pretty good spot.
Yeah, yeah. It's so weird how quickly, I guess, this can turn. It felt so. You and I were actually talking on the break where it's like, wow, it feels like this is already decided. But this one win kind of throws a wrench into Deer's plans a lot.
Yeah, it really does. And after this, if Impact defeats Jockey, he's going to be at 2 and 3 too. So he's another contender. And at that point, we're going to have 5 people who can make it out of the group still. So nothing is decided. Rogue is coming in here for the final push. This game isn't over.
Well,
I mean, it's
yeah,
it's over.
No, you're
right.
right. He's still trying. He has Immortals, so anything's possible at that point. But that is just about it. Rogue able to finish it with this final push.
Yep, there you go. Even adding in some Style Banes, because why not? He did make that Baneland Nest earlier on.
Yep. Dealing tons of damage. A lot of the Zealots get warped in. Deer's still trying to hold on, of course. Wants this win so badly. It's a away win would have tied him for first place.
Yeah. And there you go. He's going to clean up everything. Overcharge is not really helping out too much. There they go down with the Corrosive Vials.
And yeah, you can just look at the mini-map. See all that red coming, guys? Yeah, that's Deer's death. That's what that is.
Yeah. The Red Brigade coming in. The British are coming. Here he comes.
1 if by air, 2 if by land.
GG Rogue gets a win and is now in not so bad of a spot after all.
2-3. 2-3 is doable. It's 3-2 for Deer, so they are a hair apart at this point.
Yeah, so there you go. Bjorn is sitting at first now, and no one can take the throne for now. Alive is at 4-1, but with 2 away wins, so he's in second. Deer right now at 3-2 with 2 away wins, so he is in third. So
yeah,
our last match is going to be Jockey versus Impact to finish the first half.
Okay, this one is like maybe not as exciting for some people because Jockey is almost outie, but Impact, if he wins, he's actually tied suddenly with Rogue again.
Yeah,
and 1 win behind Deer. So there's still like a lot of play left in those last spots.
Yeah, but if Impact does lose and both these players go to 1-4, then it's not looking too good.
Then it seems like it's between Deer and Rogue for that final spot, most likely.
Much, yeah.
Unless, craziness happens.
And by the way, guys, this last map is going to be Elrena. So we're going to have a TVZ on Elrena. It's been a while. I don't remember the last time I've seen this for Legacy of the Void.
Yeah, like Elrena, a lot of people just are not playing it right now. Yeah. So, okay, I mean, that's obviously Jockey's map that he's chosen here.
Yep,
right?
It is.
Yeah. Okay, so
you didn't even have to look. I just wanted to make sure.
like, well, that would be really weird if Impact chose this map against Jockey. I don't know.
He's going for the Queenling drop.
Yeah.
Here we go again.
Oh my God, I don't want to see that build anymore. That build is from January. Let it go.
Yeah.
All right, please. So Arena. And the thing is, I actually am favoring Impact to win this. I think Impact, even though he's like got a poor record right now, he's still been playing well tonight.
Yeah.
Definitely been playing better than Jockey.
He's going up against all these players that are definitely in better form than him.
Yeah. But
he's holding on. He's holding his own in these games. You know, he looks good. He looks better than Jockey losing these games, that's for sure.
You know what he is? Like, okay, I know you haven't seen a lot of the movies I asked, but you've seen Jurassic Park.
Yeah.
Do you remember when the raptor was hatching and you see like a little nose poking through the shell? That's Impact. Okay.
When does he hatch?
The other we don't know.
When does he begin to terrorize the other humans that live on this planet?
I'm hoping tonight. I'm hoping tonight, Valdez. If not, in
Maybe.
Code S.
Maybe.
Okay, but he's
Yeah.
breaking through that. He's got his one little raptor claw out of the egg right now. He's looking
Yeah.
around like no one's asked what type of breed he is quite yet, so we don't have them.